So this video clip is to show you how to do a half double crochet, and these stitches are like this. So this is one row of half double crochet already. As you can see, those stitches are a little bit shorter than double crochet and a little bit taller than a single crochet, and they are quite dense, so they're not as gappy as a double crochet. You can see if you have a quick look at the construction, so you've got a bit at the bottom that looks a little bit like a single crochet, and then you've got this bar across here, and we'll see how that works in a second. But just to compare your half double crochet with your double crochet, so this one here is 2 rows of double crochet. So if I just compare the two, you can see that my double crochet is a bit taller than my half double, and it's also my half double is also a little bit taller. This is single crochet here. Oops, let's get that in the right way. So this here is 2 rows of single crochet. So a single crochet is really quite short, half double is in the middle, and a double is a little bit taller. So it's halfway, as you might expect, between a single and a double. So let's see how that works. So here, like I said, I've got 1 row of half double crochet already, and I'm going to make my second row into the top of those stitches. So I've got 10 stitches here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on the side here is my turning chain. So there's a couple of chains here to get me up to the level of my half double. So I'm going to turn my work around, and I'm going to work into those V's that are on the top. So if you have a look at the back of your half double crochet, you can see that here there is this bar across, and we'll see how we make that bar. But it's important that when you're crocheting into your half double stitches that you do really look on the top of your stitches, because it can be easy to actually think that your stitches are here instead of here. So remember to look at the top of your stitches and not the side. So my hook is in here at the end. So the first thing I have to do is make my turning chain. So I'm going to make 2 chains here to get up to the level that I need to get up to be able to make my half doubles. And my first stitch is going to go into that stitch there. So if I have a look at the top, that's where my V is. My first stitch is going in there. Now a half double crochet, it starts out in the same way as a double crochet. So we start by putting the yarn over the hook, and then I normally hold on to that loop so that it doesn't fall off my hook. And then we start out in the same way as we do with a double crochet. So I'm going to put my hook into the stitch with my hook facing upwards. The yarn is going to go over my hook and come through, and now I've got 3 loops on my hook. So the first loop was the one that was attached to my chain, the second one was my yarn over in the beginning, and this is the one that I've just pulled through that stitch. And now what we're going to do, so instead of, if we were doing a double crochet, what we would do is put the yarn over and then go through 2, and then put the yarn over and go through the last 2. But with the half double crochet, what we're going to do is put the yarn over the hook and bring it through all 3 loops. So with the hook facing upwards, my yarn goes over the hook, and I'm going to turn my hook so it faces downwards, and then my goal is to bring that loop through all 3 of those. So if you're lucky, you could do it all in one go. So let's see if I can manage that. So a little wiggle, and I can bring it through all in one go. And when I get to the end, I'm going to turn my hook upwards so that my loop doesn't fall off. So I'm going to show you again. So I start out by putting the yarn over my hook, and then I'm turning my hook in and putting my hook into the stitch, and then I'm putting the yarn over my hook again, turning it down so that I can grab that and bring it through the stitch so that I've got 3 loops on my hook. And now, so now I need to go yarn over again and then turn my hook so it's facing down. And sometimes sometimes it can be difficult to get through all 3 in one go. So sometimes you can go through 2 and then stop a little bit and then come through the 3rd one. That's also fine. But what you don't want to do is do another yarn over in the middle, because then you'll end up doing a double crochet. So let's have one more look again. So it's yarn over, finger on the loop, into the stitch, yarn over and bring it through the stitch so that you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and through all 3. And that is your half double crochet. Now if you have a look at it, if you have a careful look, what you will see with your finished stitch is that you've got the 3 loops here, and you can see them. So that's 1, 2, 3. So I can see all of my loops attached to that stitch. And that's how you can tell that these are half doubles, because they've got this bar underneath where my V is on the top. You've got this bar directly across. So when I'm looking at my stitches afterwards, I know that that's a half double, because this bar is directly underneath my V. So that's also a way to identify a half double if you're looking at your stitches and you don't remember which stitch it was. So that's the half double crochet.